Hey, I'm Walter Von Hune.
And I'm Mike Clayson, and welcome back to part two of our epic video about what it's like to survive a disaster, especially when you're not prepared for one. And so today we're going to talk about the aftermath and recovery.
We talked about me losing my house in the fire, my wife and I, and today we're going to talk about the after effects and what happened there and where we went after we went down the hill from our house, and we stayed with friends. And we were there, and they graciously took us in at 4 in the morning. And also, for that matter, they took another couple in who were in the fire zone there. And we were there, and the next day, we had heard that one of our friends had lost their house to the fire, and we felt absolutely horrible. We said we got to do something for them. And then my friend's wife does search and rescue, and she was able to go past the National Guard into the neighborhood and look around and everything. And she called my friend Jim and told us that our house had burned to the ground totally. Matter of fact, the entire neighborhood was demolished, and so it's
So what was
it's
that
a
like?
shock.
What was that like, Walter? I mean, you're standing in your friend's kitchen or living room?
Uh,
Where were you?
we were in their, I believe we were in their den,
Okay.
and when
You and Kimberly were
Diane
together?
called, we were together, and I don't. How do you describe it? You 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 don't know what to do because literally everything you own is gone.
Right, your world
Eh,
shrunk down to what you got on, right?
I have. That's what I own.
Yeah,
That is what I own, and nothing. It's like, what do you do? The first thought is, what you don't know what to think. Honestly, you think I need to get clothes. I don't even have toothpaste. Um, I don't have anything at all, and we have to find a place to stay. We can't stay at Jim's forever, and so we lived in a hotel for a month and a half, and now you got to deal with insurance.
sure.
And
So was that your first call? Is that what you did first?
the first call is to the insurance company and to say, hey, the house burned down, and of course 8,900 other homes burned down too. It was pretty devastating, the fires that were there at the time. And so we talked to the insurance. Luckily, we had a great insurance lady that we knew and who took care of us. And the next thing we had to do is say, okay, where do we go to? So we lived in a hotel for a month and a half with a dog, with our dog. And you're there and you're trying to figure out what to do. We got to buy clothes. We got to buy a toothbrush. We have to buy, because you didn't leave with any of that
Right,
stuff.
right.
We didn't have any of that stuff. And so we dealt with the insurance company, and a claims adjuster came out and looked at everything and said, oh, yeah,
Really wasn't much to see,
there's
right?
nothing much to see
Yeah.
except the ashes. And so, he said, yeah, total loss and stuff. And I figured, okay, this is after talking to a claims adjuster on the phone.
Yeah.
This was my second claims adjuster. And then 2 weeks later, I hadn't heard from him. So I said, okay, hey, what's going on? I called him. He says, well, I'm here in Texas. I said, great. When are you coming back? He says, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
You're going to have another claims adjuster.
So, okay, but the point is, luckily for you, you had a decent insurance company
I had a decent insurance company.
and a decent amount of money in the insurance, and they paid you the limit on
Yeah.
their policy. They gave you enough money to
It's
get
not
started.
that it's not that easy. It's not like, hey, the house burned down, I need all this. No, 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 no. For the contents, you have to make a list of everything that you owned, everything that you can remember that was in that house. And believe me, I could not remember everything that was in that house.
Of course not.
I had stuff in a room upstairs in a little storage area. To this day, I still can't remember all that stuff that was in there. And so they ask you to make a list of what you owned, when you bought it, the price you paid for it, and what you think it's worth today. And you're going, this is crazy. I finally got a claims adjuster who came, and then you're supposed to fill out a form with all of your stuff. And then
So it's a description of it, the date
Yeah.
you bought it,
Yeah.
how much you paid for it, and how much it's worth.
try
now.
remembering that with
I don't,
all
I don't
your
know how
things.
I don't know how you possibly
You
could
can't.
do that. Yeah.
You can't. And you can't remember all the things you owned.
Right.
But he was a great guy, and he said, look, everything that you write down, that's great, but I got to put that then on my form and then turn that in. And he says, let's make it easy. Let's just work together. And he came to the house like you and I sitting here, and we started going over room by room and what I could remember. And then I had to go through pictures I had of the house when we had a party. And oh gosh, I forgot we had that and this. And you still can't remember everything you have.
It must have been so,
So,
painful, so difficult.
It's difficult. It is extremely difficult because you don't, you not, it's emotionally difficult to think of the stuff that you lost and the stuff that you're going, why didn't I take that?
Yeah.
Why didn't I grab
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
That's so important to me.
All that second guessing and
All that second,
self-doubt.
yeah,
Terrible.
and stuff. But then the other thing, Mike, that's important is, okay, you have furniture, you have this, you have that. The stuff that kills you is the personal things. Family photos when the kids were young.
Sure.
When
They
things that you cannot get
Right.
back.
when they reach milestones in their lives, and
I can replace any furniture. I could
Sure.
care less about that.
right, sure.
But then, after doing that, and now I'm living in a rental house that they gave us, and with the rental furniture, everything we had was a rental furniture. And they gave me a little desk, and I'm sitting there with all this paperwork from the insurance and what I could do and everything. And I'm looking, and I'm sitting there. I said, okay, I got to staple this together. I don't have a stapler. I don't have staples.
Sure.
And that paper clip,
Sure.
I don't even have a paper clip.
Yeah.
And so it's all the little things. Think of all the things in your desk. In my desk, I had all these things that I can't remember everything that I had, every drawer, and what was in there. I wish I'd taken a video, and that's one of the things that I've done now. I have taken a
Okay, let's do that now.
Okay.
Because you've gone. Okay, so now you're in a situation where you're recovering to the best you can,
yeah.
and you've gotten a payout from your insurance company. So to sort of wrap this up in the next 5 or 10
Yeah.
minutes, what have you learned? What have you done? What are you doing different now? What have you learned? What can you say that can help people? Get ready.
The first thing that I'd say is make sure you have a flashlight or a lantern by your bed, that if something happens at night and there is no electricity and you're trying to look around and go around, have that flashlight there that you can, and a good flashlight, not some little rinky-dink thing, but something that you can actually see as you're going around. The other thing that I've done now is I have taken a video of everything in our house, and I'm just not talking about, oh, here's the living room. You open the drawers, you open the cabinets, and you look at what's in there, because again, I could not remember and Kimberly and I both afterwards were going, we forgot to say about that. I just remembered we had that. And so I have taken a video now of that, and also we thought about how we should have known what we wanted to grab instead of running around like chicken with our heads cut off. So I have made myself a list, and I showed this to you earlier.
Yeah.
It's called evacuation list where I have every room and what I want to take in order in every room if I have time. That's the key. If you have time. If I don't have time, I'm going to grab number 1 on every list here and try to take that. I have,
Just out of curiosity, you have clothes and food on that list?
I do, no, I don't. You know what? Because you know, I can always buy clothes.
Well, but
But that's not. But I have a to-go bag now.
Okay,
in
good.
the car.
Good.
With clothes in it.
okay.
Okay, and food. But the key there too is medicine.
Yeah, medicine.
I didn't
yeah.
think about medicine back then. I never, when the house burned, I didn't go into, you know, the bathroom or anything and say, grab my medicine.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Okay, but to go back to your list, so
Yeah.
for each room,
Yeah.
you have a list of things in order
Right.
of priority what you would take.
Right.
So you turn to the room,
Right.
you grab those things off your list,
Right.
and you move on. That's
And
terrific.
and if I want to,
terrific.
you know, here I've got things, see as stars by
Yeah.
certain things.
Yeah.
That's what I want to grab first.
Okay, good.
Those are the things that are important.
Yeah.
And so I made this list for myself in each room of what I want to grab. And it's, to me, I have learned that.
It's such a great tool because it organizes you. You don't have to try
Yeah.
and you're not standing there trying to figure out what am I going to do next. Well, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at my list.
And I have this in the nightstand too, you
Yeah.
know. And if you got to get out, the most important thing is to, you know, to save your life. If you got to get out immediately, get out.
Of course.
You know, don't think, oh, I'm going to wait and grab all this and then get out. No, if something is coming, you know, and you have to get out now. But I'm saying if there's time, if you have 15 minutes, if you have 30 minutes or something before you know you got to leave, at least then you have something that you can do instead. When an emergency happens, when something really truly happens that your mind doesn't think clearly, even though you think you're going to, you know, some people get into panic mode or stuff. This helps you. This helps you to know that you're organized. And like I said, I have a video of the house, and now it's up in the iCloud storage.
Yeah.
So if I lose my phone, I have that.
Yeah, fantastic.
And I can always rely on that because it's important for you and it's important for the insurance company.
Okay, well, let's just call it here, and I'm going to spend the next off camera here trying to convince Walter to make sure he's got enough food and water in his go bag. 'Cause it seems like he needs to work on that.
I have food and water now.
Okay,
I
all
have
right.
food and water now, so
All right.
that's not a problem.
Okay.
Hey, thank you for listening, and take care and be prepared.
All right, thank you.